hello to those that are starting to join us. And welcome to this workshop. Topic, talk, joining in, creating. And yeah, we're going to have an interesting time here this afternoon. We're going to wait for a few moments because it's not quite 1 o'clock yet. We'll give people a chance to sort of join in and start to join us. I can see already there's a few coming in, so welcome to those that are here already. It's time now. I haven't got my watch on. What time of, that time. So I'm just going to go back to this stance at the moment, this half and half of a woman. So this is my gentle side. This is my warrior side. Well, welcome everyone, and we are in times of glasses, and I'm grateful that we've progressed in times that I can actually see better with my glasses on. But having my glasses on isn't changing who I am. I'm still me, and hopefully you're in a space, you've created this place and time for you now to tune into this hour and a half, give and take a little, where we can go and explore and navigate through different aspects of woman and womanhood. As always, I like to do a small opening, just to honour those that are around us and the energies. So please feel free to join in with me if you would like to. And I like to ask the spirits of this place and those women of my bloodline and my spiritual heritage, those that have taught me and have brought me to here, may I ask that this afternoon flows with grace and ease. May we be guided, may we have enlightenment, may we be able to open our heart and come from our heart, taking the head out of the way. North, east, south and west, I ask all circles to be blessed. Sky above, earth below, fill each circle with love. Thank you. And please feel free to interact as well. It's nice to sort of see that interaction of people. And I think I can see a few people here already. Yeah, so we're going to touch on some subjects today, and I'd like to start, really, as I like to start a lot of my things, is with this lovely chant. I don't know where it came from. It's one that I heard a long time ago, and it was in a women's workshop, and I'm going to sing it with you. I can't hear you, but you'll hear me. But feel it when you sing it, and know this in your heart. So you're singing it for you. And it goes, I am a woman, a deep, deep woman. My memory goes so far. I am a woman, a deep, deep woman. My memory goes so far. I am a woman, a deep, deep woman. My memory goes memory goes so far. I am a woman, a deep, deep woman. My memory goes so far. I'd like to honour whoever wrote that and brought that into being. It's very powerful. When I use that, I really feel that I'm connecting to that part that's me, inside me, not just my ancestral women. I feel that, and I feel the women of the land where I live, where I reside. It means a lot, this. So I've got a little reading here. Well, it's something that came to me a while back, and I just want to, we are all children of the earth, and I love working with women. I love working with men. I tend to do more mixed work than I do separate, but there is something special. I feel that as women, we need something that is just for us, and it's women's business, as my Aborigine friend would say. Men's business is men's business, women's business is women's business. And I think there's something powerful when women come together, when we can come together and we can share our experiences, we can share our joys, we can share our sorrows. Everything is part of the makeup that we have. And as you can see today, I'm half a warrior. I'm half the feminine side. Because we are both. We're both the nurturers and we are both the warriors. Woman, child of Mother Earth, she who walks softly and gently upon her. She who leaves no trace apart from love. She who is patient, kind and wise. She who speaks truth quietly with strong voice. Sharp mind, sharp eyes, unwavering spirit. Woman, devoted mother to all. Strong warrior, gentle giver, a woman in all her essence. So, woman in all her essence. There are so many aspects of women. We are the warriors, we are the healers, we are the workers, we are the housewives, we go out to work, we are so many things. We are the lover, we are the mothers, we are the wives, we are the sisters, we are the daughters. We are so many aspects. What happens in all of these identities, if you like, a lot of women along the way lose something very special, and they lose their own identity. And I think that that is something that can be avoided quite easily, but I also think it's something you don't realise it's disappeared until you wake up one day. And my intention for bringing this workshop here is to hopefully stir something in you that might awaken you if you're not already awake. If you are awake, you embrace it 100%. And I bring things in here that you may really, really enjoy, that you hadn't thought of doing. Some are going to want to run a mile, think, oh my gosh, I couldn't do that. And there's others think, yes, I want to do that. And I think that is really, really important. Is finding your identity, knowing who you are, not getting to the end of your days and not knowing. How wasted has your life been if you get to your deathbed and you don't know who you are, and you're just full of I wish I had, I wish I had, I wish I had, I wish I had, I wish I had. So there's all of these things I wish I had. We don't want to get to this place of I wish. We need to get to a place of I will, I am, I will, I'm doing. And that takes courage. It takes power to stand in one's own self and one's power. So we are women. So where's our temples? Our bodies are our temple. And as such, they should be treated with that reverence, with that respect, with that honour. And our temple is the sacred. It's our sacred space. Our sacred space is around us, but also within us. We have that downward flow when we come into that part, when we come into that time of when we come through that adolescence and we start to really connect with the woman within us when we start our first blood. And that grounding then can give us that opportunity to reach such higher spirituality. We can higher those realms. I always say to anyone, any woman is in her moon time, holy time, whatever it is you want to call it, you know, listen to their wisdom, because their wisdom is usually really spot on. And if we want to go back a little while, I don't want to go too much about our ancestral women because I want to concentrate very much on the woman of today. But if we to go back, we hear about moon lodges, and the women weren't put there because their men thought they were dirty or anything like that. They went together because they wanted to be together to support each other. And you know yourselves that if you live in a house of women, or you work in an office with women, or you work with women, that quite often all of you will come into your moon time in this sort of at the same time, because you're in harmony, you're in sync with each other and with the universe. And I think that is really, really special. But yes, so this is your temple, and it's your body is yours to do with what you want. I've heard some really strange things lately. I hear of people saying, oh, I can't have this done to my body. I can't have a piercing done, or I can't have a tattoo done. I can't have this done. I can't have... Why not? You know, at the end of the day, it's you. It's your choice. It's your body. You do with your body what you will. Yeah. Find that identity. I'm very blessed. I feel very, very lucky that I've got there's two of my granddaughters. Little Betsy, she has got her own identity. Amelia has got her own identity. Holly, they're still quite young, those two, but Holly, my eldest granddaughter, she really has found herself now. She's taken on her own identity. She's not a walking not what do you call them, dress shop. I can't name names, obviously. She's not a walking model. She is herself. You know, she's got her own fashion. She wears things how she wants to wear them. If she wants to dip her head in an inkwell and go blue, she does. She wants to go red, she does. So she's already finding that in herself. And it was interesting because me and her grandfather were out with her and her brother one day last week, and we was having some lunch somewhere. And there was 4 elderly women sitting at this table, and I could see them keep looking over and looking over and looking over, because she's tall, she's slim, she's stunning. And you know, I have to laugh sometimes because I walk around, I see other people looking at her, you know, and if they're the different sex, I sort of think, put your eyes back in your head, that's my granddaughter. But at the end of the day, I said to her, she noticed them looking, and I said, well, they're looking because you're so stunning. You're so beautiful because you have got something very unique, because if you look at them, they all look the same. They all had the same hairstyle, they were all wearing the same clothes. There could have been 1 woman sitting at that table, not 4, because they all looked alike. Whereas my granddaughter looked totally different. I mean, I'm a little bit different as well, but I wasn't in there with face paint. And then I've got my daughter, I call her. I don't like the word daughters-in-law or son-in-laws, whatever, because it sounds very much like the law has forced these people upon you. And the law has not forced my daughter-in-laws upon me at all. They haven't forced anything on me. I love my daughters. They're married to my sons. They are the mothers of my grandchildren. I have utmost respect for them. And, you know, we went with my youngest son and his new wife. We went on a cruise. And, yeah, we went on a cruise. And, you know, and Naomi loves to shave her hair on one side, loves to colour her hair on another side. She has her completely own identity. And it was a shock for people on the cruise. It really was, you know. And it was just amazing to see. We get in a lift and I could feel it, you know, because I pick up an awful lot, and sometimes I don't always want to pick it up. and I could feel what was going on here, and it was such a mixture. There was some like, oh my God, what does she look like? There was others, oh, I wish I'd have done that when I was younger. I'd love to have done that when I was younger. I said to my granddaughter, she's had a particular piercing done, it's a bar across here. I said, wow, if I was a bit younger, I'll have it done. And I thought, well, what am I saying? I might just go and get it done next week, you know. Why did I say that? You know, because we do sometimes get in those tram lines, you know, and they can trip us up if we're, you know, quite easy. Yeah, so that's where I'm coming from. That so that, you know, you're finding that identity. Start to look for your own self, because you can become lost in amongst whatever it is you're doing, whether you're a housewife, wife, you know, just going to work, being on your own, whatever it is you choose to do. So how can we navigate this? Let's start. We can't make our children anything. We've never made any of our children here anything. What we do here at Care Crane is the children that come here, my grandchildren and their friends sometimes, just see that there's another way of being. They see people with pink hair. They see people with no hair. They see people with long hair, with feathers in their hair. Or they see people with a perm. My mum used to always have her hair permed and done like a roller set. It was, you know. And they see that there's different ways of being, and it's fun because they've been brought up to know that there is other ways. But we're not making them anything. We don't say either of them have got to do, any of them have got to do anything. You know, when we have our Beltane celebrations here, it's amazing, you know, because it gives them the opportunity, and the adults the opportunity to dress up. I love dressing up for Beltane. I love putting flowers in my hair. I love touching into that feminine side of me, and I think it's just amazing. So as we go through these stages of life, how can we start to work with this? How can we start to celebrate? Well, let's start with my grandchildren, or let's start with young girls. Rites of passage is something that we hold very close and very dear here. I think that girls get very lost in today. 1 minute we're putting a lot of responsibility on them, and then we're calling them children, and then we're telling them to grow up, and then we're buying them toys or something. You know, we confuse that issue a lot. So one of the most blessing things to do, and I've been blessed to do, and something that you can do, you don't have to be anybody else to do it, you can do that, is that each time one of my granddaughters, and they've each asked me about celebrating their first blood. Amazing celebration. Amazing celebration. And I've done this for me for friends as well. And it's such a lovely thing to bring your friends in, the women. I let the girls decide who they want. They can have up to 20 people, maybe more, or they can have just 2 or 3. It's down to the girl themselves. I let them take that lead on that. But whatever way we do it, we celebrate them coming into that beautiful time of womanhood. I remember mine was horrific. I thought I was dying. I remember going over to Moat Park. I used to live near Moat Park. And we went over there, and I used to always go on the swings, and I remember going on the swing and thinking I was dying because I'd got this blood. I was like, what's happening? What's happening? Because my mum, love her, was brought up incredibly Victorian, and it was something you didn't talk about. You know, you didn't talk about it. She was absolutely mortified when she realised that my husband my first husband would see me pregnant even. Let alone now going birth. She could not get her head around that at all. I feel very blessed that we're in this time of more openness and more acceptance. I think that is really important. And if more women knew about the rites of passage, to bring girls into that space, into celebrating that moon time. And I cringe sometimes when I hear it called a curse, and you hear it called all these other things. You know what we do. I've seen people have, you know, or girls have these rites of passage, and they'll get gift sets, and in there is hot water bottles. There is little heat pads for their tummy. There's like chamomile teas, and then there's practical things in there as well. There's fun things in there. So it's their moon time. It could be a DVD in there. You know, lovely gifts that you can give them, and embrace them into that. Not fearful. Not to feel it's something to be hidden away. That it's not going to stop your life just because you've come into that cycle. It's not going to have that effect that you can't do things anymore. Of course, I mean, I remember telling my mum, finally, I went home from the park and I thought, I've got to say something here because I'm bleeding. I didn't know what it was. And I remember whispering it to my mum, and the first thing my mum said to me was, don't tell your father, we don't want him to know. And that was really horrible. That was a really horrible experience. So I then took on, I thought it was something really bad, that it wasn't very nice. So I feel really pleased that I can do these first blood rites, and so can you. And if anybody wants any information on that afterwards, please email me, or or give me a call, or whatever it is. And I love to give you some ideas, but formulate your own and just come from your heart and be guided. Lovely thing to do for girls, really is. It really helps them into womanhood. And then other changes we can celebrate. Change of a role, i.e. if you're getting married, that's a change of a role. So you're coming from a single woman into being a married woman, where if you get it right, you have balance and harmony. But that's a celebration, so you can celebrate that. You may want a hand fasting, which is beautiful. It's not a legal marriage. Some hand fastings I've done, people have gone and done the registry office bit and got the legal bit, and then their whole intention is for that hand fasting, and each one is tailor-made for that couple, whether it's, and that's the other thing that I love about working the way we work here at Kekarain, is that all the grandchildren have only ever seen love. They've not seen it any other way. When we've done a hand fasting, doesn't matter whether it's 2 women, 2 men, all they know is it's love, and they're totally non-judgmental, and that is just beautiful, because that's what it's about, it's love. So with a hand fasting, that's another transition. So the more input you have in that, the more you feel it, and the more it's personalised to you. So what other changes can we have that we could do? We can have when the kids leave school, we can have a celebration for the kids when they have school. I've said about marriage, there's also divorce. I mean, with hand fasting, you don't have all the expense of a divorce, which is quite nice, because you just, a year and a day, you can just walk away. So we have what we call an unhand fasting, or a cutting of the cord. So that, again, is still a celebration, Baby naming. Again, when my first granddaughter was born, we had her come here and we welcomed her into the community and let everybody know her name. It was beautiful. And even the midwife who delivered her was at that ceremony. We didn't make her any, I don't do religion, okay? I don't any religion at all. I don't like religion. I live this life. This is my life. It's shamanic. I walk this path daily, all day, every day, not when I'm doing something. You might want to change your name, You can make a ceremony of that. And if any of you watched our live stream last week, we did on death and dying. Make a beautiful celebration. That is still another transition. And you can be celebrated. Yes, it has its sad side. So does hand fasting. I cried at my daughter and my son's wedding. They were still tears, but they were tears of happiness. So make everything a celebration, and if it's just an amazing thing to do. I just need to have a little check on my watch and what the time is, because I want to do later on in this a meditation as well for you. So I spoke to you earlier about my my first grandchild. Well, when I was 49, and I thought, I was so embracing this stage. And I know so many people who have not wanted to become grannies and grandpas, and that because they feel they're getting old. I loved it. I wanted to embrace that role, and a very dear friend of mine who runs lodges down in the West Country, Andy, and my friend, beautiful Debbie, I said to him, would you do a celebration for me of my crone? I want to become a crone. I'm going to embrace my crone. And we had a most wonderful time up in the woods, rolling in the mud. And that's me, leaves in my hair. In fact, actually, that was quite funny little interaction on that, about a leaf. One of my other daughter-in-laws, she was with us for this celebration. and we were staying at my friend's house for the night, and I remember hearing this scream in the night and thinking, well, if there's a second scream, we need to go and see what it was, but there wasn't, so we just carried on sleeping. But what it was, she'd gone into the toilet, and in the dull light, and she pulled her pants down, a leaf flew out, and she thought it was a mouse, so she screamed blue murder, but nobody went to her rescue, you know. And that's another thing as well, you know, about rescuing. So yeah, I really wanted to embrace this croning, and it was just so lovely, and I loved my croning, and I've been very privileged to do crone ceremonies for people as well. And we make that ceremony of theirs. I involve them, and it's only women. I don't do the men. The men do the men. That's men's business. I'm talking about women, women's business. Okay. So I speak to them, they speak to me, we get an idea of what they want, and then you put this beautiful ceremony together, and it's tailored for those people. And it's a beautiful way to go through that transition of whatever it is. When you retire from work, do a ceremony, you know, do a celebration. It's beautiful to do that. Absolutely. So we grow, we're born. We have no original thought form from the moment we're conceived. I'll leave you with that one. It's a heavy one. You think about that, because we're programmed. Programmed, and programmed. Oh, we get caught in this program, and it goes on and on and on. It's, it can be, I mean, I've always been a rebel. So I've always gone against everything else anyway. So, but yeah. So getting back to where I was here, you know, I really wanted to embrace my crone, and they did this ceremony for me. But I'm going to share with you my crone song. You may have heard this, because obviously you know I'm with Touch the Earth, and we do this song with Touch the Earth as well. And yeah, I really could feel this song. When I wrote it, I thought, this is just, I've put into words exactly how I'm feeling over this. And I did dance naked, and I did dance under the moon. It was just the amazing feeling. So, you know, I'm going to sing this to you, but think about what I'm saying about these transitional stages in your life. You know, maybe you've been ill, and, you know, you may have had a life-changing illness, and you want to celebrate that you've come out the other side of it. Or you may have been given a diagnosis you don't want. You know, yes, it's going to be hard, but only if you say so. It's the way you embrace it and you move forward. Maybe make that a celebration. You know, we always look at things in a darker light, but, you know, sometimes if the news isn't good, there's positive in that, because then you can maybe mend bridges, build bridges, get to know people again. But anyway, I can talk. So this is my crone song. I dance naked in the night as the moon, she dances on the waters. Grandmother's left me a legacy, ways of old they taught me. Silver moon, she dances too, starlight sky glistens. Skins of velvet we are born, journey as the wheel does turn. Look for beauty in decay and dance naked in the moonlight. Young and old in your journey on, I'm happy with the woman that's me. I am the self inside me. I'm happy with the woman I come to be. This is my crone song, hear me. This is my crone song, hear me. My cycles run by the silver moon. My sons were born with love. Silver hair and wisdom to share as I dance by the light of the moon. So don't miss the old, you know, the old powwows in that. But it's a very powerful song, and it is on one of our CDs. I can't remember which one, but you know, take it, sing it, or write your own crone song. You know, it's a beautiful thing to do. Excuse me, while I just have a little drink here. You see, for me, I like to be able to embrace all aspects of me. So, as I said, like when we started, I was like this way, which is that more conformed, if you like, more gentle side of me. Then this is my wild warrior side of me. And quite often my other daughter, Jill, who's married to my eldest son, Lee, we do women's camps here. And we had one women camp one year. And this is when the song called I Am a Woman came out of it. Wild, wild woman. And it's I am a goddess, and the goddess is me. And, you know, and blessed be the blood upon my thigh. That's so important. And tribal woman, we heard the call, faces painted, standing tall, heron's feathers, skull in hand, as we journeyed through the land. Dancing barefoot on the earth, blood, sweat and tears, swirling naked in the rain, it washed away our fears. The maiden, the mother, the wisest crone, born of blood, flesh and bone. Darkest goddess is in me. We need the two to be set free. That's very, very poignant, I think, for if that's the right word. You know, I don't always get my words right, because I'm not perfect from a long chalk. And this is what I like to be able to embrace. Those that really know me well, or some that don't know me at all. And the reason there was a post up the other day, I put this post up. I think I said something. Some people don't know me at all, and others think they know me. For those that know me, I had got someone asked me if I'd like to do Avon, be an Avon rep. Someone else asked me if I wanted to sell holidays, and this all came in a little while, you know. And I thought, wow, that's really strange, you know. Bless them. I declined. That's not me at all. I know who I am, and I always have this thing. My name is Lynn. I'm not she who sings in the treetops, flies with the birds. She's not great bird woman or little dove, or what other fancy names there are out there. I do have a ceremonial name, which was gifted to me many years ago. Not very many people hear it. It might only be come out once in the blue moon. But yeah, so I'm Lynn, not Hun, not Love, not nothing else but Lynn. And I'm also a crone, and I love that phase. I really love that phase. So I think what we're going to do at this point is we're going to data warning. I've got absolutely unlimited data, so I'm not going to worry about that at all. We're going to have a meditation now. So I'm going to lead you into this a beautiful meditation. So if you'd like to get yourself comfortable, make sure you're not going to get disturbed, and know that you're going to be perfectly safe within this meditation. Okay. Get yourself comfortable, whether it's in the chair, it's on the floor, let's say, take the phone off the hook, whatever. You're not going to get disturbed. Okay. I want you just to start to feel relaxed and listen to my voice. Take some breaths that are comfortable for you. I always say it's important to breathe in and hold and breathe out what is comfortable to you. And as you're breathing in and breathing out, finding your own comfortable rhythm. You start to feel every muscle, every bone, every tendon starting to relax. Breathing in and breathing out. And on that outward breath, breathe out all that doesn't serve you. Any stress, any tension, any frustrations. So breathing in at your own comfortable rhythm. and breathing out all that doesn't serve you. And as you're breathing in newness and freshness, and you're also emptying yourself so that things can come to you within that meditation. So remembering to breathe in that newness, that freshness, and on the outward breath, all that doesn't serve you, let it go on that breath. As every muscle, every bone, every tendon starts to relax. Just slowly you start to become aware of music, sound, drum and rattle. You're starting to sharpen all of your senses. Every muscle, every bone, every tendon is relaxing. Beautiful woman that you are. Your beautiful feet that have carried you through your journey are now going to take you on an adventure. And you find yourself standing on the beach. Sand. The wind is blowing and the surf is high and the sea is crushing. You are safe as you just start to feel the gentle splashes upon your face. As you breathe deeply of that sea air and that freshness, feeling that sand beneath your feet, hearing the crashing of the waves. And you look towards the shore, sea to your left, and on the right are huge cliffs that reach right up into the sky. And as you look up, see where these cliffs end. And as you start to walk along this beach, you feel a stirring within you. An excitement is starting to burn within your very core. And as you walk along, in the distance you see the mouth opening. And the closer you get to this opening, the more excited you feel. And yet, a slight apprehension. Not the feeling of being unsafe. It's something you can't quite put your finger on. But that warrior in you, that strong person, that strong woman is going to take you through the opening of that cave. As you near it, you make the opening. It's clearer and it's deep. You know it's deep because as you stand within, you call out. You go, hello, 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 hello. You hear your voice echoing. And you look at the granite walls and you see the moisture running down. Diamonds like teardrops, and you feel this calling to go deep, deep, deep into the belly of the mother. She is welcoming you with open arms. The sand has turned to the stone, cool stone of the cave, and with sure-footedness you start making your way down, 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 deep, deep, deep starting to fade. And you find that it's dark. And you just pause for a moment for your eyes to adjust to the darkness. You feel so safe, so in awe of this magical place. In the distance, you start to be aware of a flicker of light, and you start to walk towards that flicker of light. And it becomes lighter and lighter and brighter. And you start to hear these voices gently chanting. You've never felt such love, such peace, such contentment. It feels like every part of your body is alive. And you become aware of this circle of Indigenous women. Women of all ages from across the world. Young, middle-aged, and elders, all sitting within a sacred circle. And you stand there and you feel so humbled as the circle opens and they welcome you in to sit with them. And in the middle of the circle is a small fire. And you're sitting with these beautiful women who have so much to share. And here I will leave you until it's time to bring you back. Enjoy this time. Be open to hear and to listen. women, and you thank them for what they've shared. The flames of the fire are starting to dwindle, and you know in your heart of hearts that it's time for you to start to leave this wonderful greetings and moments that you've exchanged. And as you bid them all thank yous, they start to disappear. They fade. They fade until it's just you standing by the fire, which is merely an ember burning. You start to make your way back towards the light from where you entered the cave. You can feel the coolness of the walls, the ground beneath you, and your feet are steady. Your heart feels renewed. You know that something magical took place. Your step is lighter, leaving than it was entering. And the sound of the sea starts to become more evident. The sea you can start to hear as the light is growing brighter. And you turn once more and look back down into the cave again, giving thanks for what you experienced. And then you turn back out onto the sand, and the sea is calmer now. It's not huge waves like it was on the way in, but calm. The waves gently breaking on the sand. With the sand between your toes, feeling that ground beneath your feet. Everything starts to fade to where you started the journey, to where you find yourself back in your room, hearing my voice, bringing you back into the now, back until you're fully present. Back into the now. When you're fully back, you can give me some indication so I can start to see if people are coming back. Heart or a thumbs up. So fully back to the now, back to my voice. I'm trying to read some of these. Trying to read some of the comments, but that's it. Gradually bringing yourself back. If you have a drink with you. That's it. I'm starting to see movement now. People are coming back. It's good. I know that a few mostly wanted to stay there, but remember that place is for you. And you can go back there anytime. Not always sure that all the Indigenous women will be there, of all those ancestors will be there. They may be. Have no expectations. But just go with that intention. It's your place to go, your place to seek. their place to share if they choose. If you don't go, they can't share. What's this say? Oh, I really look forward to reading all of your comments. I can't see them. They're really, really minutely tiny on this screen. If anything has come for you that you don't understand and you'd like some more clarity on it, then please feel free to message me. You can email me or message me on the Facebook, or if you need to phone me, phone me. I'd be happy to help and help you through whatever you want some clarity on. If I can, if I can't, I'll tell you. The one thing that I like to be is quite honest with you, and I don't always have the answers. And I would say, anything you're unsure of, if I can't answer it, I can even speak to the spirits myself, or you can even speak to the spirits for more clarity. But I hope you got something really really special for you today out of that meditation. So a little bit of grounding. I myself would say we work with the aspects of women. What I really enjoy about me being we is that I can crawl on the earth one day, have it oozing out of my toes, in my hair, and then the next day I can be the goddess on the stage in my beautiful finery, in my jewellery, in my amber, or my silver. I can be whoever I want. So I just want to explain a little bit of why I did the two faces here. This face is the face that everybody sees, right? This is the one that everybody knows and sees. This face is my real face. This is that tribal part in me that feeds me. It feeds my soul. It helps me to be who I am. I love the wild side, the wild child in me. I could never be tamed. I could never be tamed when I was a kid. I can't be tamed. I'm not a person that you can tame. I'm not in a cage. I'm very different. And I love that. And, it works for me. And I'm going to share, I share this with you. It's something I wrote a little while ago, actually. And it's called The Wild Woman's Calling. And obviously, one of the most primal things that I take part in here is my sweat lodges, and obviously we haven't been able to do the sweats for a while. Or we have, but on a much smaller scale, just one or two of us actually. But I'm going to read this to you and see whether you can relate to this. It's called The Wild Woman is Calling. Oh, the wild, primal woman is bursting with the need of escape from the gentleness and the sweetness into the wild, untamed part of who she really is. To meet again that wild woman who is not restrained by conformities or bonds that only touch the surface of her realness and of her authenticity. Got it. Of who she really is. The sheer power of naked painted woman dancing wildly free around the fire, looking deeply into the flames that dance along with her, revealing the fire spirits who are reaching out to meet her. Sparks igniting passion deeper and deeper and deeper within. Oh, how she yearns to crawl on the earth again. To have the earth oozing through her toes, embedded deeply in hair and skin, in nails. To sit in the dark of the mother's womb, feeling the safety of her membrane wrapped around her, the feeling of strength of her bones that encase her, bathed in her fragrance of cool, damp earth, lingering smells of wood smoke, held within her body, loving, holding, supporting, sweat and tears running into the earth, hot burning heat, the oneness, the void that fills and captures every essence of every sense of the journey into the world of all worlds. Present yet not present, walking between the worlds that intertwine. Oh, to crawl once again on all fours into the welcoming arms of rebirth. Seeing all with real eyes, embracing all. the scream that will release all that pent up energy, the primal scream. Woman can scream loud. Woman free and beckoning, calling. Oh yes, she calls into the earth once again. The dance, the journey of the woman in all her splendour and in her essence. And that's me. And that's still me when I go to Tesco's. That is still me when I go to buy clothes. That is still me when I do what we would call everyday things. That was still me when I went to work. When I worked in the hospital for many years, and they had me down lots of different names. I can tell you, but finding that realness in yourself and wanting to do that. Now, I want to just go back a little bit here to the crone, my crone and the crone song. I always felt that there's always been a need to know, and if I'm sitting here and speaking my truth to you, I'm going to say to you, when I sang, I didn't have the band with me. I drummed and the drumming was off. So what? The drumming was off. I know it was off. You can hear it was off. It was off because there's an electrical fault within my unique body, and I love it. It's my unique body. And this electrical fault that I have with me decides to make my body move in ways that I might not always want it to move. And it was quite funny when we was doing the face paint, because I said to my daughter-in-law, I said, I really, my Naomi, I said, I really want to feel like I want to do these two faces. And and that's another side of women, actually. Women can be two-faced as well, but I'm talking about that, because we can be moaners and we can be really loyal friends, but we can do a bit of that as well. I worked with a lot of women, and I have to say it can be quite interesting. So I've got this electrical current that runs through me, and it has an adverse effect on my hand. So when I talk about embracing change, we can either embrace change and go with it, or we can let it go under, and we can go under with it. The change for me was that I'm unable to drum to the quality that I used to be able to drum with, because I've got this slow movement in this hand. And it's a little bit strange, because it's not only a slow movement in this hand, it's a very fast movement in this hand as well. And when my daughter was doing the face makeup, it was coming up to 12 o'clock, which isn't a very good time to be sitting still and being asked to sit still. And it was quite funny, because she said to me, oh, Mum, sit still, I can't do this straight. And my body's going like this on one side. It was really funny. And you have to be able to laugh at these things and embrace these things. And this is what I do. So I'm being 100% me and open and honest with all of you, and say that my drumming was shit and I drummed. I know that, but I still did it. We can all make excuses for not doing things. It's very easy to put something in the way and say, well, I can't do it because, I won't be able to do that because. What I'm trying to say to you here is, you can do and be anything you want to be. And that is just so important, to be that truth and to who you are. I got a little chant earlier, and I've got to be able to be honest and say I'm not even sure if I can remember how it goes. It was very beautiful. It was when I was out in the wind, and it was very gentle, and we can be this fierce or we can be the soft, and we can be both. But the most important thing is to be authentic and to be real to who you are. You don't put on a face for somebody else. Be yourself, be who you are. It's just so important to find you and do the things that are meaningful to you. And don't leave it, do it. Embrace that change. Change can be scary. Whatever that change is, it can also be scary, but it's also very freeing. And I think that is really, really important to have that freedom. It's the authenticity, I think, is very important, and a lot of us, I think a lot of women have a lot of expectations put on them. Like, how many women won't go out? I mean, I won't go out without their makeup on. I remember my mum, love her heart, she would never go anywhere without putting makeup on. She wouldn't let my dad see her without makeup on. And she's the only woman that I've ever known that could be in the back of my car with all the windows open and her hair didn't go anywhere. And that's because she was so fussy with her hairstyle. She used to use a can of hair lacquer a week. And it was quite funny. And even though she couldn't breathe, she still had her hair permed the day before she died. Because she always wanted to look nice. She didn't realise that she looked lovely. I loved to see my mum with her fuzzy hair when my dad had just washed it for her. She had no teeth in. She hated that part of herself. I loved that part of her. There was this cuddly mummy, you know, and she looked so sweet, and I loved that image. But the image she had of herself, she had such trouble with. She was so unhappy with that image of her, and that put her in a very bad place. And I mean, we all do it from time to time. We're either too fat, too thin, our hair's not right, this isn't right, you know. But it's how you feel inside. If it makes you happy. It didn't make my mum happy to look the way she looked. I want to be happy the way I look. I want to embrace, and I said, oh, you know, crow's necks coming in and a flappy arms, bat wings. But with that, you get the wisdom, you get the understanding, and you get that, you know, you get that realness. And it's been, and I'm going to be real here now, because of my my shaky fingers and my hand that doesn't work. Coughing over there is my daughter Naomi, who's married to our youngest son Kai, and we are so in tune that I wrote something yesterday and sent it over because my spelling is absolute rubbish, and so I usually send things over to her to have a look at them, put them right, and she's been helping me here. And she's just had a drink because she knew that I was going to ask her to show you her pink hair. She rocked up today with this amazing pink hair. She shaved one side of her head. And when I wrote over and sent her the writing that I'm going to close with today, she said, I don't believe this, Mum. She said, I've just done this to my hair. Do you want me to just show you a lovely pink hair? I mean, look at that. Isn't that just so beautiful? So shave this side and all beautifully pink. And it's wild, isn't it?
Absolutely wild.
Yeah. And she's been sitting over there very quietly for me, helping me out here, because if my finger shakes, I have a lot of trouble trying to turn my phone on and off at times because my hand isn't quite steady. There's a name for it. Somebody give it a name. I'm not giving it a name. It's my friend. It sits on my shoulder. It can be bloody irritating at times, but it's also a friend, and it's been a very good teacher. So although I might not drum like I used to be able to drum, I got over it. and I really enjoy the things that I do still do. And it's been a pleasure having my Naomi here. She done my beautiful face paint. Look at that today. The dogs are looking at me like I'm really odd. They can't make me out at all. But this all really stemmed, didn't it, from yesterday morning. I walked the track. I've been walking my track for months now, and it was so windy and it was really embracing. So I've got a little thing that we're going to close on. I mean, okay, we might have a bit of time to spare. I don't really care, because I think when we're finished, we finish. I'm going to round up on everything. So as I said to you in the early, if you are interested in any rites of passage, either doing your own, and I'm happy to give you any advice or guidance on that, or if you'd be interested in me doing that, please contact us through Facebook or through my website. It's such a beautiful thing to do, whether it's your daughters. There's an article that I wrote called First Blood Rite, which you can actually get on, you search it out on Google, it's there. We have a women's group here that's run by the lovely Joanne Tucker, and if you would like to join that, it's Women's House of Heron. I believe it's a private group. I'm not sure, because Joe tends to run it more than I do. But there's some lovely things on there, and I believe that article is on there as well. But you can find it. Depends on how much you want it to find it. But there is an article on First Blood Rite. You know, and anything that we've talked about, meditation, anything at all. If you want more input, then please message me. Look forward to seeing your comments. Could do with some laughy faces. It's all gone a little bit serious because You know, it's good to be happy. It's good to be happy. And the only way you're really happy is when you're authentic to yourself and who you really are. Not doing a play of make-believe. A lot of us are wearing... actually, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to read you this. So as I said to you, lots going on, and I will wind us down, and I'll close as well after I've read this, and I'll close this one, and then I'll go into some other stuff. But this I got yesterday morning when I walked the track, and I was thinking, and it just popped into my head, woman of today. And I think they're at the most wonderful time for women at the moment. Women of today. What is a woman today? This is the question that popped into my mind when walking the farm track. The wild, wild wind was blowing. It was warm, yet fresh. So invigorating. I stood there with arms outstretched, allowing myself to be fully embodied and connect to its force. Immediately I knew I needed to come out of my head space and go into my heart space. So, what is a woman of today? I started out with that question. I had to feel it in my heart. I wanted to feel her in the now. Not so much in the past. Although in saying that, women of the past have had an impact on how we are today. And through those women, we are very blessed. So out of my head into my heart, what do women feel today? I know that I am a powerful woman. I am a warrior when it comes to my own. And I think we can relate this to all women. That I would fight my last breath for my children and my children's children. I know I cry when they're hurt. I soothe them when they are ill. However, within my journey, I am still free. I have always been free. I cannot be tamed. I have no wish to be tamed. I am the keeper of myself. So many aspects to woman. The three most known being that the maiden, the mother and the crone. However, these are only three aspects. There are so many more. Some we hide, some we expose. Woman today is blessed with the ability of freedom that is hers for the taking. Run wild, woman. Roll on the earth. Walk barefoot on the green velvet cloak. Fly high, feeling the wind on your face and in your hair. Love with passion, man or woman. Seek harmony and balance within relationships. Do not lose your wildness. If you found it, stay true to you. If you haven't found it, remember it is there. It's waiting for you. In your younger years, you have the beauty of flesh, the young body, firm, tantalizing, the pleasure of teasing your young and beautiful flesh. Then as you age, your body changes, but your wisdom grows. In the middle years are a time when half the women find themselves, but then those that are still looking for that lost part of them that has been eroded by life and by its patterns of expectations and conformity. They have missed their disappearance. Then the old woman, with life's lessons deeply etched in the lines in her face, heartbroken and healed, broken and healed again and again, until she sees the repeated patterns over many years, and now has gained inner wisdom through experience to share with younger women the deep darkness, yet warmth that flows and radiates, and wisdom emanating from her eyes. The old woman who has witnessed so much has in turn so much to share with those who are willing to stop talking and to listen. The ability to say no without justification. When she understands the amazing weapon of protection that she wields and the shield that she holds close, then she is the warrior. Truly, she is. So many women have always got one on, So take off a mask if you wear one. Look for the beauty in the stillness of the pond. See your reflection looking at you, the real you. Sing and dance in the rain, or don't. Roll in the mud, or don't. Get your hair and nails done, or don't. Wear jeans, or don't. Wear a dress, or don't. Colour your hair, if you wish. Wear it long, wear it short, shave it off, wear it pink. Tattoo your body, if you choose. Pierce any part of your body you wish to do so, it's yours. Body paint yourself. Body paint yourself with face paint, earth pigments, put feathers in your hair or beads in your hair, whatever you wish. Or bath in oils, wear designer dresses and put on diamonds. Or don't. Don't do any of these, don't do any of them. Or do all of them. Woman is free. It's up to you. It's what excites you. Where does your fire lay? Where is your passion? What is your passion? Your choice to lay with man or woman, or neither. Woman alone of her choice only is lonely by others who don't understand that it's her choice to be alone. Woman has many skills. She can be kind, gentle, nurturing, loving, so on and so on. She can be cruel, spiteful, unkind, selfish, and so on and so on and so on. What I know about me is that I can roll on the wet earth with clumps of mud in my hair. By day I can look like the goddess, and the next in my finery. I have some wisdom to share in my later years for those who want to listen, as I already have had life's experiences, good and bad, funny and sad. So what is the woman of today? She is anything she chooses to be. I feel like I've talked forever. I really hope that you've enjoyed this afternoon, that it's fired something up in you. I'm not going to apologise for any mistakes I've made with me speaking, because I don't always get my words right, because that's me. And I like me. Some people don't. I'm like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. And it makes no difference to me. Please let me have your feedback, good and bad. And yeah, dance, sing, do whatever it is that works for you. My love to everyone. I give thanks to Naomi that's helped me here today with turning on and off appliances. And if you haven't had enough of me, I'm doing a guided meditation on Tuesday at 7:30. It's a mix, it's for everybody. So join me for that if you want to. And any more information you can find on the website if you haven't visited Care Karain. I hope you do so in the future, and those that have, I hope you're back here soon. And to all those that have guided us today, seen and unseen, to my beautiful spirits that walk with me, my ancestors of my bloodline, my mother, my grandmothers and all the women down my line, I say heartfelt thank you too. And I look for the future of my beautiful 3 granddaughters and think to myself, what women are they going to be? They can choose. They have the freedom to choose. My love to you all, and my sincere gratefulness for watching and tuning in. Take care. Until next time we meet.